Now, during the decade of me trying to find a solution to my own drinking problem, the 10 years of chaos and whatever it was, I failed to stop drinking more times than I can count. I have got no idea how many times I tried, failed. It was countless times. And I know not everybody's situation is like that. I know for a number of you people that watch this channel, you might have only tried a few times, or you might be on your first attempt right now and you're good. Listen, that wasn't my experience. I tried to stop numerous times. And during those 10 years, there were times when I was extremely motivated to stop drinking. I really wanted to stop. It was this feeling of like, right, I'm ready this time. And then there were other periods during my drinking days that I wasn't motivated. I didn't really care. I would just keep drinking and, things weren't that bad. There wasn't anything that was happening that was really slap bang in my face where it's like, right, you need to stop drinking. There were times where motivation to stop was very low and I'd just do whatever I wanted to do. And it was this roller coaster. And it was a roller coaster in so many different ways. It was a roller coaster with my health, with my relationships, with the feeling of wanting to stop drinking. It was just a complete and utter up and down style of life. And I want to break down why I failed so many times. Because I had a bit of a moment where I was like, this is why I failed. And that's what I want to make this video about. I want to actually share the reason why I failed to stop so many times. Because I think if you've ever tried to stop in the past and failed, this video will hit home for you. You're just going to be like, yeah, this is it. This makes sense now. So I think you guys will love this one. And guys, if you actually want my personal help stopping drinking, if you want to join the Sober Clear program, you're an entrepreneur, you're a professional, you're somebody that wants help in a coaching program, then make sure to click the link in the description. You can actually book a call with me. We can actually speak and we can see if the Sober Clear program and first principles thinking may be a good fit for you. So if you click the link in the description, you'll be able to book a call. We can see if the program's a good idea for you. But I'll tell you a bit more about that at the end of the video. Let's get back into it. So basically what I'm trying to say is every single time that I tried to stop drinking, that is what I was doing. I was trying. Now, there were times when I was extremely motivated to stop drinking. I really wanted to do it and I'd do it. I'd just cut it out. I might be using willpower. I tried, AA in the past, and there were just times where the motivation was so high that I just did not drink. I was just done, finished. So the period where I went to AA, it was an attempt, right? I was trying to stop drinking. The time where I went 9 months with willpower, I was trying to stop drinking. But there was never a time that I was all in, 100% done with alcohol. It was always an attempt. And for me, this is a problem. Because if I'm attempting to stop drinking, I'm trying, right? I'm not 100% in. I've not changed my mindset. I've not changed the way I view alcohol. I'm still trying. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, right? It really isn't a bad thing. There were times where I would last and it would be fine. But for me, the inevitable end of trying to stop drinking always ended up in failure. Because all of these approaches, all of these attempts, I never addressed my thinking. I never addressed my perception of alcohol. I never really looked at the root cause of the problem, which was that I believed that alcohol was adding value in my life. And listen, I'm not really one to watch movies anymore. I don't know. I don't think they make any good movies anymore. And I seem to have watched all the good ones from, many years ago. But I was watching Blade Runner 2049, which it was pretty good. But anyway, so I'm watching this movie and they're drinking alcohol at the stressful point, like all movies do, right? The characters, they pour their whiskey, they pour their whatever, they drink it during the hard day, the stressful time. Now, back when I was trying to stop drinking, I would have looked at that and gone, can't blame them. Why would they not? And now I just kind of see that, yeah, it's clearly a prop. There's no way in. I just didn't buy into the story. I'm not trying to say that I was calling out the movie and saying it was a bad thing, but these days I just don't buy into the illusion that alcohol would have helped them in the situation. Obviously, it's a movie and it's a prop and it's not real. But before, I would have bought into alcohol as part of the story. I would have just been like, yeah, well, why would they not drink? Because I still hadn't got to the belief that alcohol is doing nothing for me. It's doing nothing for anybody. And it was when I was watching this movie and I was like, a few years ago, I would have been thinking, damn, I wish I could have one, even if I wasn't drinking. But these days, it's completely different. I have no desire to put ethanol in my body ever again, because that's all that it is. It's a poisonous, toxic substance that does nothing for you. So just remember that. But anyway, back to the point. The point is that all of my attempts to stop drinking, I was trying, and as a result of trying, I just hadn't changed my perception. Because if I truly changed my perception to the way that I see alcohol today, there is no trying, there is no counting the days, there is no attempting anymore. It's just a done deal. It's just a decision, and then I can get on with things. But like I said, these days it is totally different. But why? Why has this time been different? It's been over 3.5 years that I've not drank alcohol for, despite trying so many times. Well, the difference is two things. The first thing is that I don't see myself as somebody that's trying to not drink anymore. There's been a full identity switch. It's like I'm a different person now. I'm just a non-drinker, right? I'm not a recovering alcoholic. Not saying that's a bad thing. Plenty of people give themselves that label. They successfully stop drinking, my own mother being one of them, 20 years without a drop. Great. She calls herself a recovering alcoholic. Now, for some people, they do that. They stop drinking. They last the rest of their life without drinking. They give themselves, a label. They see themselves as this being an ongoing process that never really ends, and they don't drink. So I don't really want to knock that, but I tried that, right? I tried that with I really went all in with AA. I really thought that this was it. I was just going to give myself this label forever. And I ended up drinking again. And it's hard to go back to something that didn't really work the first time, in my eyes. But these days, I'm not trying anymore. I'm not a recovering alcoholic. I'm not even using willpower anymore. It's just been a decision. And now I just see myself as somebody that doesn't drink. Like, I've just changed the way that I view myself. But that has happened as a result of changing the way that I actually view alcohol. Now, obviously, I've done that by reading books, by doing a lot of research, doing a lot of introspection, and really questioning my beliefs around the drug, which is, why I make these videos, because I want you to question those beliefs. I can give you the information, right? I can actually make these videos and tell you this about alcohol, tell you that about alcohol, but it only works if you are willing to kind of look at your beliefs and question them and say, is my worldview true? And for so many people, they will never do that with alcohol. There are just millions of people that if you were to tell them, watch Leon's channel, what's he saying about alcohol, they're just going to say, this guy's a fool, he's clueless, alcohol's fine, I've got no problem with drinking. They aren't willing to question their beliefs, but you have to be willing to question your beliefs. Without that, none of this works. And really, the final thing that I've done, and this is going to be probably controversial and maybe a little bit crazy to some of you guys, but is I don't focus on sobriety. I have zero focus on sobriety. Occasionally somebody will email me an article, or they'll tell me about this person that stopped. I just don't read anything about stopping drinking. Listen, I'm not being rude. I don't watch any other channels. I don't have put any information into my body about alcohol, right? I just kind of come up with these videos off the top of my head, not from a place of arrogance, but from a place of, well, I've already developed an understanding of alcohol that I'm never going to question, right? I'm never going to go and start going, well, was I right about this? No, I am done with that. I've put it behind of me, and I have zero focus on staying sober, because once you've made that decision, you don't need to focus on it anymore, right? It's like, I'm done. I don't want to focus on alcohol. I don't want to focus on recovering for the rest of my life. I don't want to focus on trying, because I've already stopped. I've already finished, and I'm now a non-drinker. That's how I see myself. So I don't need to go back and learn more and blah, blah, blah. What made the difference for me was actually just putting that behind of me and then focusing on the future, focusing on what I wanted, and, doing what I say on this channel, which is building a dream, focusing on your health, your family, your relationships, doing the things that really matter to you. Put all your energy into that instead of, poor me, I'm stopping drinking, victim mindset. And that's the approach that's worked for me. It's the approach that I've helped other people do in the Sober Clear program. That's pretty much the exact process that we go through. We understand alcohol for what it is. We get rid of those lifelong beliefs, and then we just go forward, right? We go all into what's next. And for me, that worked. For people in the Sober Clear program, that's worked. That approach isn't for everybody. There are plenty of people that are going to go to meetings for the rest of their life, and that's fine. I'm not knocking that. Good for them. Much better than the alternative, right? But if you actually want my help going through this way, this method, this program, this kind of idea, then just click the link in the description. Let's book a call. Let's get on an actual phone call together, and let's see if this program, if this method could be good at helping you solve your drinking problem. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but for the right kind of person, this program is working. It's working wonders. But I know, there's hundreds of people that write comments saying that they've done this on their own and they've used this approach and they're well on their way, So just leave me a comment, actually, how long you've not drank for. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Have a fantastic day.